It is not what's in it for me anymore. It's what are you going to give me and what am I going to give you that's going to make us better. And, and that's going to make our relationship more valuable so I don't go to the next person. So I don't have somebody else clean my house or somebody else take care of my kids, but it's going to be you. So, for instance, if a nail salon, and I had this example set on, you are not really providing a manicure. If you see it from the other person's point of view, you're providing maybe a little break during the day to go get, a little stress relief, or you're providing maybe some confidence. If my nail looks pretty, I feel more pretty. Or you're providing, maybe I have a job interview, I want to look presentable. You're providing more than you're providing their manicure. If you do jewelry, when you wear somebody's jewelry, you want to look good. It's not the piece of jewelry only. It's way beyond that. So if you have the capacity to realize the other reasons why people are paying you, and you can provide that in a way that's more obvious, stop me if it doesn't make sense. If you're making a jewelry piece and you say, would you like to wear this for a specific occasion, and talk about it for a little bit. Things like that, they can actually change your interaction with the customer. Do you guys have ever purchased something and it is just such a pleasure to give that person your money? I mean, independently of what you're buying? I mean, do you guys have any examples? Like, because I see some nodding.
I do.
Like what? Tell me.
When I buy Jessica's jewelry. For real.
And why?
Well, first of all, because it's beautiful. Second, because I know that she loves what she does.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a difference. When you do something with love, it reflects. That would be the second thing. And third, because, she's my friend and she puts her heart and soul into everything she does. So it's kind of cool because I know that I talk to her about stuff like colors and, and it's just, it's a relationship like you mentioned before. So it goes beyond just buying jewelry. It's more than that.
So you do greeting cards, right?
Yeah.
So have you given her like a thank you card?
I haven't.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, and not to put you on the spot, even though I did.
That's quite right.
You're going to receive a thank you card. But to see what I'm saying,
But I
have
have not given her a greeting card, but I have told her, how special she is,
So, but we go back to the mutual value, right? It's like, I do for you, you do for me, I do your, I get your business, you do mine. Let me put you on the spot. Have you purchased any greeting cards from her?
Recently we met together and I asked her to give me some greeting cards to give to my family.
Okay, so this, you can multiply this over and over and over again. You see? Like, does anybody else have another example? Now you don't want to be put on the spot? What's
No,
your example?
by now you're giving the example of talking about the business. By knowing that she's doing greeting cards, I'm looking on the internet to buy greeting cards to give to all my clients through the seasons and all people that I have a list that I have to give greeting cards for the Christmas. So I'm just, by knowing that she's doing it, I'm getting into asking her about their business, their greeting cards, their business, and trying to match what it's convenient for me to get it from her or to get it from the internet.
Well, we'll get to that slide because I have a slide that talks about what you're saying. And, one of the things that people don't realize is that there's always going to be competition. You might go to the internet, and maybe find a business, a greeting card that's you know, a little different, maybe even a little bit less expensive, even though you have to pay shipping. Um, but you have to think about it. Is the person that you're buying the card in the internet gonna bring you some business, or maybe she's gonna bring you some business?
And also, the connection that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The connection that I don't have that connection with,
Yes.
or interaction with the computer, the same interaction that I'm going to have directly with her, or if she's going to get my idea of what we want.
That's correct.
And that is stem what you just say about looking beyond just only by buying a greeting card. It's see
So imagine if
what
you
is
go to
that
your
behind
client.
that.
Imagine if you go to your client. You know, she's literally the designer of the greeting cards,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Imagine that you go to your client with a customized greeting card instead of a Hallmark one. I mean, that takes it to a whole different level, you know? So, and even, it's not even about price, you know, because, I mean, she might never bring you some business. But the fact of what you're saying, you know, not only the connection for you, but your customer or your client, probably they haven't seen her greeting cards. Maybe, you know, you giving them her greeting card, they're gonna come later and buy greeting cards from her. And it sounds cheesy, but that's how the circle
That's the way.
is. You know.
I have another example.
Oh, great.
When I was planning my summer camp, which was in August, I just started to put flyers everywhere in the city, and I started to contact people on Facebook. You know, so these people were contacting other people who they know who will want to bring their kids to the summer camp, and then friends of friends were bringing their kids. And also I got some email asking, well, I've been teaching Spanish in different schools, so some of the parents from those schools saw my ad and they asked me, oh, is that Roberta who teaches in this school? And I say, yes, it's me. Okay, so I'm going to bring my kids to your summer camp, you know, because they know me, they know that I
And you know,
teach
I would
kids.
have encouraged you. I think that the flyers were a really good idea.
Yeah.
But since you already knew the parents, so this is what I want you to understand. It always goes back to the people. I mean, oh, quick tip. If you have answering machines or somebody's picking up the phone in your small business, remind them or remind yourselves to give your name out. Thank you for calling McDonald's. You know, if you would like to speak, my point is that yes, I would like to speak to a person, and it would be great if I knew who I was talking to, you know, because sometimes I call people and I have to ask for their name. I mean, the more personal that the interaction can be, the better. So that's just a tip that I wrote in my slides. So reach out to people you know. And people you know go from friends to friends of your friends, to your neighbors, to your colleagues, to everybody that you know. And on a side note, reaching out doesn't mean asking for a favor. That doesn't mean like, hey, you know, my business is not doing that great. Would you mind sending me some clients? Reaching out, that means offering value to them, you know, and for them to offer you value back. So how can you benefit from each other? If, back to you guys, in the spot. So you're going to reach out for her and maybe say, you know, I need some greeting cards, but they're too expensive. So, I mean, would you mind giving me a discount? So that could be seen as a favor. But if you say, hey, you know what, I need some greeting cards, but they're a little bit too expensive. But if you give me a discount, I will provide you with a discount in my business or whatever. So what I'm saying is that I personally have a hard time asking for favors, and just because I think maybe this is my Hispanic mentality that I'm going to owe favors later. And it's not true, because when you go back to the people and building relationships, people are not keeping tabs. Oh, I did this for you. And, you know, and if they are, well, maybe you should meet more people.